who is your favorite player on Texas right now? The team that you're coaching for. Who's your favorite?
It's you. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, no one has to know.
I had to say that, guys, because it's our podcast.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to More Access. I'm your host, Aaliyah Moore, and this is my podcast where I'll be taking you behind the scenes of my life as a student and an athlete. And I'm so excited today because we have a very special guest, my coach. You may know her for her fashion on and off the court. She's a diva. She's amazing. I love her so much. Miss Sydney Carter.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad that thank you for getting on the show, first of all.
Well,
I'm so glad.
when you tell me to do something, I do it.
Yes, I did just see you 5 hours ago?
Yeah, less than that. That was like 3.
Yep. But yes, so excited to have you on and thank you again.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll just jump right into it. Of course, y'all, she's an amazing basketball player. She doesn't play anymore. She could though. Y'all, if she wanted to. But yeah, we'll start with your basketball career. So you can just tell me a little bit about why you started playing the game and where the game has taken you.
So why I started playing first. So I got into basketball when I was 4 years old. My mom threw me out there. I come from a super athletic family. I'm the 5th of 7 kids. And so everybody before me played basketball, ran track, did something. And so my mom first started me in t-ball with the boys, and I was like, okay, I want to play basketball. So she put me on an all boys team when I was 4, and then it just took off from there. I started to just truly run past the boys. I was more skilled than the boys, as usual. So that's kind of my start, and then I dabbled in a little bit other stuff. I tried volleyball when I was in middle school. I ran track because I was fast, but basketball was always my passion, and so I did that until obviously high school. I went to DeSoto High School, which is a popular high school in Texas. Went to state once. Was the first team to ever go to state in girls basketball my senior year. Since then, they've gone on to win state championships. We did not win. But then I went to A&M. Won a national championship there, won a tournament championship there. So history of winning, obviously. I'm very grateful for that. And then went on to get drafted into the WNBA in 2012. I played on 4 teams in 4 years, and then I played overseas for about 7.5 years in a couple of different countries, and then it led me to coaching. So long journey in such a small time.
Yes. Okay. I love that. So going back, you said you attended Texas A&M. Can you tell me why you chose A&M?
So it's funny because Texas was my dream school. Growing up in Texas, you always see so many things about Austin, the burnt orange, it's just it's a brand. And so Jody Conrad was coaching at the time that I really wanted to come. I can name you so many players I wanted to be like that went to Texas. And so she was coaching at the time, and then the year before the year I went into my senior year of high school is when she retired. And so she was recruiting me. Coach Harston was coaching at the time. So she was recruiting me as well. And then once I got into my senior year, Texas stopped recruiting me because there was a coaching change. And so at that point, I was devastated. I thought I didn't want to play basketball at all if I couldn't go to Texas. And then Gary Blair, who was the head coach at A&M for a million years, came to a game, recruited me, and Coach Schaefer wanted me really bad. And then I ended up going there, and it was the best decision I ever made.
That's crazy. I actually did not know that. I didn't know Texas was your dream school, which is really funny.
Yes.
But hey, everything always comes back together because you ended up here anyways.
Yep.
So that is funny. So as we all know, you were that girl in college. So can you tell me about your experiences in college and how they have shaped you into the woman that you are today?
I think the biggest thing was that I learned a completely different world when I was in college. There was not a lot of Black students when I was in college. And so it was definitely an eye opener for me because anybody that knows or sees me knows I wear my nails really long, my hair is really long. And so, there's a stereotype with that. these people don't know how to talk in different settings. The stereotypes that are out there with the way people look. And so I learned so many different things about different cultures, all these different things because of where I went to school, and it was a predominantly Caucasian school. Um, but the thing that I took away the most was the friendships that I built in college, and they are not people that I probably would have been friends with had I not gone there. And so I learned how to not necessarily adapt, but I learned how to um, kind of like be a chameleon in situations like that, and even still, like, a chameleon kind of like blends in. But even though I was a chameleon, I still stood out. And so I learned how to really tap into being confident in what I bring to the table at A&M, because I was in such like an environment that I was not familiar with. So it made me really uncomfortable, but it brought me to where I am today, where I'm comfortable speaking in front of people. I'm comfortable being in my own skin. I know that when I walk into a room, I may not be the smartest, but I don't want to be the smartest. I just want to be myself. And so college just taught me a lot about being true to me.
No, I love that. And I'm telling you, one of the reasons I come to the gym every day is because I know I see you. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm like, Cindy will be there. I get to see her. I said, she'll make my day better. And so your personality is amazing. And I love you.
thank
You've been there.
you.
You've been there for me through a lot, as you
Thank
know.
you. I tell you all the time, like when I see you, like it just brings a smile to my face. And that's like, those are the type of people you want around. That's why, like, it makes it so easy to not call what I do work, because I feel like I'm getting to do something. I have the best job in the world. Like, I get to be with you guys every single day, and y'all just bring me so much joy. So that's off topic, but yeah.
I love that. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about just your accolades because some people might not know. And so I'm just going to read off just some of the things that you've accomplished.
Okay.
Um, we have three-time captain. You were a two-time all-conference defensive team, y'all. She can
Hmm.
score, but she can play some defense too.
Absolutely.
Tenth all-time in A&M history in steals,
Hmm.
206 steals, which is insane. You were tied for 10th in assist, 388, and in
Hmm.
points, 1,176.
Hmm.
Won a national championship, and the list goes on and on. But those are just the ones that I just wanted to point out because you had an amazing career, and you're still going to do so many amazing things. But I wanted to talk about your experience as a whole, going through your time in college and breaking down these barriers. Doing all these things. How was that? Like, was it? I know you had highs and lows, but just tell me your experience.
It was hard. It was hard, especially like as a freshman, adapting to such like a faster pace of life. Like when you're in high school, everybody does everything for you. And even still, like in college, like, obviously things are done for you. The times are different now than when I was in college. But you grow up so quickly because at that point, like, you don't have mom and dad to come and pay for this, pay for that. But as far as like playing basketball, you hear Coach Shaver say this all the time. Nothing about winning is easy. Winning is hard. And it couldn't be more true, because I'm blessed enough to have gotten to the final game of the season and to actually win it. And the good thing about that season is I will never forget nothing about that season. Like, that's how you know something is so special, because I can recall seconds in a game that happened. But it was not easy by a long shot. It was very time consuming. You had to have a certain level of dedication. You had to maintain your love for the sport through the hardest times of your life, but they're the most rewarding 4 years of your life. You like I said, you meet friends that you never knew you'd have. Um, the bulk of your learning and growing happens in college, because you make so many mistakes as a young kid, and then you look back on them when you're my age and you're like, man, what was I doing? But yeah, it had so many growing pains in my experience, and I had to truly learn to that I was not pushing myself at times past what I thought was my limit. And I had coaches that continued to bring more out of me every single day, but that gets hard as a young student athlete. So the thing to sum it up is it was hard, but it was very rewarding.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm going through all of that right now. So,
I learned a lot of discipline, like, my work ethic and like why I dedicate, y'all say all the time, like, we know you just work so hard, but like I got that from college. Basketball taught me that. It taught me a type of work ethic. It taught me the discipline that I have to, even when I'm tired, to just like get up and keep going. And so that's basketball teaches you so many life lessons that I learned.
yeah, it definitely does. Okay, so now I want to move forward a little bit to your pro career. Now, you said
Mhm.
you played on 4 teams. Uh,
Mhm.
so how was that? How was getting drafted? Was that a dream of yours always, was to go play pro?
Yeah, I wanted to be in the WNBA. I grew up watching Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson. I wanted to wear the red lipstick like Tina Thompson. Like for my Black History Month program when I was in elementary school, I had a Cheryl Swoops jersey on, and then I changed into a Cynthia Cooper jersey. Like I wanted to play for the Houston Comets, and they ended up like going away when by the time I got into the league. But it was a dream come true. I remember not knowing if I was going to get drafted or not because we didn't have the best year my senior year. But I ended up getting drafted, and then my time in the WNBA was hard just because I'm not a Diana Taurasi. I'm not a household name like that. So you kind of have a role to play when you're on a team, and it's a business. Like it truly is a business. And I dealt with so much adversity when I was playing. I got cut in training camp more times than I can tell you. And that's discouraging, but did it ever make me stop working out? No, I stayed working out. Teams were still calling. I would go. Sometimes you're on a 7-day contract, and after that 7 days, maybe you get a call back, maybe you don't. Like things are just never, there's so much uncertainty when you become a professional athlete, whether it's in the WNBA or whether it's overseas. And so you got to really be thick skinned when it comes to that. And you got to understand that it's a business at the end of the day. And it's a what have you done for me lately kind of business. So there's never a time where you can be like, okay, I had a good season. I can chill. There's never any chill time because this is your moneymaker now. But it was hard. It was tough for me for a while because at some point in your career you're like, when do I stop just signing training camp contracts and start signing real ones? And you never know.
Well, speaking of thick skin, I know you had to have some thick skin playing overseas. And you
Hmm.
played overseas for how many years? Was it 7?
Yes.
So how was that? And can you tell me your favorite place that you played?
Playing overseas was easy for me. It's not for everybody. That's for sure. Because if you're like big on family, which I am, you can get homesick really, really quickly. And then there's a language barrier. There's different food. When you go overseas, I'm gonna have a whole packing list for you to tell you what to pack. But it was easy for me because I wanted to get out there and like let basketball take me to so many places I dreamed of like going to as a kid. And so I learned several different languages when I was overseas. I may be a little rusty now, so don't ask me to say nothing. But I learned several different languages. I made friends like for a lifetime. Like one of my best friends she's Israeli. She still lives in Israel today. Um, but the language barrier was hard. Like I had teammates like translating for me all the time in game. When games are on the line and you're having somebody translate, it's the last thing you want. Um, but it was fun because you can play your brand of basketball over there. It's kind of like get her the ball and then you make it happen.
Mhm.
So I liked that aspect of it. And then probably my favorite place to play. This is going to shock you because it's out of Israel and Latvia. Israel's very Americanized, but Latvia was easier living.
Mhm.
Because at a certain time in your career, at least for me, it was tired of the partying and I'm ready to like continue to get better so that I can like really maximize my time overseas and like continue to make more money continue to get better in basketball because I don't want to get left behind.
Yeah.
So Latvia was probably the best for me.
Okay, awesome. I have to add that to the list.
But Israel is so fun. Like, must go. Like, even if you don't play basketball over there, when you play overseas, you have to go over there and like you're gonna have friends over there. They're bound to happen. Israel has like 4 Americans on every team. You have to go over there and visit. It's a gorgeous place. It's fantastic.
Bet. So, as we know, she had an exceptional basketball career, but right now she is coaching. And I'm sure everyone has seen the social media. You blowing up on social media, the fashion, everything, the nails. I know I'm proud to say that you're my coach. I'm like, yep, she's at Texas. Yep, she's not your coach, she's mine. But tell me a little bit about what made you get into coaching.
Well, I always knew I would be a coach because I was a coach on the floor. I was always an extension of the coaches that I played for. So I knew that I'm always talking. So I might as well use it for good. And I have such a passion for helping young people live out their dreams because I want to be what I did not have that I did want. And so that's why you guys are so important to me because y'all are truly my passion. Like, I want to see you guys succeed so badly.
Yeah. So for the listeners, what's your favorite thing about coaching me? Like, what's it like coaching me and just seeing me every day?
Well, it's easy to coach you because like you have the first thing that you need to be coachable. You have a great attitude. When you can walk into a room and like the entire room is like, Amos here, like you're doing something right. You're living correctly. And so that's what I love. Your energy is just contagious. Like you have this, you're a natural leader. So everybody loves that, as a coach, like you want people that know how to lead. But everything you do is just it's not necessarily by the book. You're not perfect by any means necessary, but I never have to question if you're really in it for the right reasons. And so, yeah, you're great.
Oh, I love you, Sid. Okay. So one more question about coaching. So in your
Mhm.
first year of coaching with A&M, you went to the Sweet 16. How was that experience?
Um, it was good because of the fashion that we went in. Like we ended up beating Iowa State like on a crazy buzzer beater by one of our players. Um, but it was good for my first year because losing in that game taught me so much. Like I went into that summer and I was studying the game so crazy. Like how could we have been better? What could we have done to maybe pull that game out? What are some things we did well? So I learned so much in that season, and I learned like the true grind of like being a coach in college athletics. And so very very rewarding season for me.
That's awesome. Love to hear that. Okay, so we have to talk about it. I know everyone probably already asked you about it, but you've gone viral several times for your outfits, and people have had a lot to say. Good, good and
Always.
bad. Yeah, of course, you've seen it about the outfits. Me personally, I think you slay. I tell you all the time, I love the outfit. I
Hmm.
think it's amazing for Black women to be their unique self and not care what anyone has to say. But
Hmm.
how was it the first time you went viral and your phone was blowing up and you were like, "What in the world?"
That's exactly how it was. It was like, what's going on? Because that wasn't the first game I decided to like dress up.
Yeah.
And if you look at the things that I wear, that's probably the most basic outfit I ever wore. But I, I just was shocked. I was shocked at the fact that it was even a topic. And so, of course, my initial reaction was confusion. I'm like, what's the problem? You can't see nothing but nails and toenails because I had on a turtleneck that day and some pants. But, um, it was confusing, but I made it a point to not like my family was going and reading the negative comments, but I was like, I'm not doing that to myself because it's only going to make me upset. And
Yeah.
I'm only going to be upset if I did something wrong. And I didn't. I simply am existing. And so it was crazy. I can't lie. It was crazy.
No, I remember before you got to Texas, it might have been like right before, and I saw it and I was like, this is insane because there are people are really upset over
Yeah.
first of all nothing. I was like, she looks good. And then I found out you were coming to Texas, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be real fun.
Yeah, it was people saying I should get fined, I should get fired, all these things. And I was like, next caller.
Yeah. Because what they really wish is that they were you. Okay.
I mean, if I always used to say, if it was not something that they were attracted to or they liked, then we wouldn't even be talking about this because there's other women that dress up in the country. I'm
Yep.
not the only one. I'm not the first person to wear leather pants to a game.
Yeah. Well, what made you want to start posting your game day fits? Was it just for fun?
Yeah, so it we had that year we had a new photographer at A&M, and she was like really just like into like make sure she's capturing everything. And so I was like, I remember telling her before the season even started, her name is Kate. I was like, Kate, make sure you get these fits when I come out. It just was like random, like, just get the fits because I knew I was gonna be stepping. And she started taking pictures. I was posting my pictures all the time, and then that one just so happened to be the one that everybody picked to comment on. But it was just spur of the moment. I was like, look, I want to look cute for games because I want to put my best foot forward. So I want somebody to take pictures. That's literally how it started.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Social media is crazy. Um,
Hmm.
but since we've started 2024, what has been your favorite outfit that you've worn to one of our games, or even an outfit that you've just put together?
That's hard.
Okay, that is okay. Yeah, we
But
had a lot of
I'm gonna
things.
go with the one that all of y'all like because that one y'all loved it with the blue one for Yukon, like with the Gucci boot, the
Oh,
blue.
yes, that was
Everybody
giving.
loved that one. So that's number one, but a close second was what I wore to the pink game the other day.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah,
that one because it's just like a really like glammy look. It's real soft. It had the little flamingo, look. So it was really dainty. It was cute. It was form fitting. Like it was nice. And so those right now are like my top two. But I got so many. Like I had looks last year that I love. I can't. It's hard to pick, but I'm gonna go with those two because those were the ones that like really got y'all going this year.
yeah. No, I agree. You always have the fits. I love them. And then of course we have to get into the nails. You got to show the people the nails, the cute nails.
Yes,
I
it's a
love the
new
nails.
set.
So, what was your inspo for these nails?
Well, so a lot of people don't know yet because I haven't dropped like I call them my mixtapes. I haven't dropped my mixtapes for the month, but I'm showing people how to wear different variations of reds and pinks for the month of February because it's like love month.
Hmm.
Um, so I've been doing all reds and pinks only for the month, and so I was like, well, I did Valentine's Day nails, so I'm just gonna go with pink for the rest of the month, and yeah, I just put a little twist on it. I went all down the little spectrum.
I love that. I love it. Adorable. All right, y'all. So before we wrap it up, I have some rapid fire questions for Miss Sydney. Um,
Gosh.
yeah, I got some good ones. Okay. Don't be scared. That's nothing too crazy.
Okay.
The first one is, what's your favorite pregame snack? And you can give me the one when you were playing, and then now that you're coaching.
When I was playing, it was a Snicker,
Okay.
and now seasonally, it's a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah, I know because you bought all of them
I
when I
bought them
was.
all up.
Yep. Yep. I sure asked. I said, "Oh, I want some Thin Mints," and they said, "Sydney bought them all." I said, "Okay."
And I had my mama send me some in the mail, so I had 3 extra boxes.
Hilarious. Okay. Next question. What's the country you want to visit the most?
Bali. I want to go to Indonesia.
I know the pictures and the outfits will be fire.
Yes, they will.
Okay, next one. What is your favorite accessory?
Ooh, a shoe.
Shoe.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your fave shoes?
Did you see the red bottom I wore to the Baylor game? Had the little lipstick.
Ooh,
Well, you can cut in a picture of the
okay.
shoe when I
Okay.
send you the shoe, but that one's my favorite because it's
Okay.
just different. But it's a open. If I got to give you like a certain brand or like a certain style, it's a open toe heel 100%.
Got you. Okay, so who do you think the GOAT is? You can give me one for NBA and one for WNBA.
Well, my NBA goat is Kobe Bryant, hands down. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. And then for the W, I'm going to go with old school Cynthia Cooper.
Okay.
Because
Good
she was
answer.
just everything for me. That's who
Yeah,
I wanted to be.
love that. Okay, so the next question is, who is your favorite player on Texas right now? The team that you're coaching for. Who's your favorite?
It's you. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, no one has to know. It's okay. I already knew. I just had to hear you say
I'm kidding. I can't pick.
it.
It's everyone. I love all 15 of you.
It's okay, guys. We all know who she loves.
I had to say that, guys, because it's our podcast.
Okay, who's your favorite artist, female and male?
Favorite artist, like music?
Yeah, we'll go music.
My favorite female artist is LMA, and male Chris Brown.
Okay, see, I'm the same Chris Brown, but it's funny because my favorites. You already know who my favorite female is.
Rihanna.
Yeah, that's a little. Anyways, so what are your top 3 movies?
Enough with Jennifer Lopez. Number 1 all time is The Sound of Music. You ever seen that?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
God. It's The Sound of Music, Enough with Jennifer Lopez, and ooh, Kindergarten Cop.
Oh my, that's so you. That is so you. Okay, last one. What is some slang or like what's something that you say a lot? Because I have some things in my head, but I want to know. Do you ever like catch yourself saying something a lot?
Yeah, Aaliyah, what song is this? um, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. What do I say a lot?
Well, now that you just said that, you'd be like, Amo, what song is this?
Yeah. I
Amo, sing
don't know.
your playlist.
I don't know the recent music, so you are my Spotify.
Yes. You will say, you'll be like, gosh darn it. You say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do say that a lot.
That's the PG version.
Yep. Okay, last question. What is your favorite number?
4.
Why 4?
It's the number that I wore in high school and in college. So it's just my favorite number. 4.
Awesome. Well, y'all, that is it. Thank you so much, Sid, for coming on and just having a girls chat with me. This
Yeah.
was so fun. Listeners, thanks for tuning in once again. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more access. Thank you. Bye.